I know that when I close my eyes and envision the crossroads that our elders foresaw, it runs like a movie in my head. The fork in the road stands atop a hill. To the left, the path is soft and green and spangled with dew. You want to go barefoot. The path to the right is ordinary pavement, deceptively smooth at first, but then it drops out of sight into the hazy distance, just over the horizon. It is buckled with heat, broken.
URF Copter 76, 8/10/2024, 16:20 hours. This is the Bridge Fire, Angeles National Forest. You're looking at the Cow Canyon saddle area, and the fire has come through Cow Canyon saddle and is dropping into the area of Mount Baldy Village. Resources for structure protection are in place, and more resources are in URF Copter 76, 8/10/2024, 16:20 hours. This is the Bridge Fire, Angeles National Forest. You're looking at the Cow Canyon saddle area, and the fire has come through Cow Canyon saddle and is dropping into the area of Mount Baldy Village. Resources for structure protection are in place, and more resources are en route. The fire is spotted over the drainage, and we have extreme fire behavior. End of recording.
How do you communicate like the scale of climate change in a way that shows how entangled it is to all of the problems of daily life? How do you entangle it with those anecdotal stories? The daily impacts of what it is like to live in a world that is beset with climate change.
Climate change is the result of a historic economic system that has been ongoing for the past 200 years that is exploitative, destructive, and in a lot of cases that overlaps with a process that disenfranchises and disconnects Native Americans from their relationship to land and to space.
The structure of the news media within the United States is specifically structured that it's supposed to be it's supposed to be attention grabbing.
There's like bits of resin in there, and then it's just
You're flipping between the channels and you see something that's really intense and you can't take your eyes away from it. But if the stories are not addressing like the actual reasons why this fire is happening, then I mean, to me, sort of what's the point? Why go through the effort of making that kind of coverage and then not going the full way to actually discuss why the fires in California are getting worse? There have been periods in which climate change isn't really being discussed when it comes to these wildfires. Okay, well, what are the actual impacts of climate disasters? Are we just reporting this disaster as a disaster, or are we actually addressing sort of the causes of it? And I believe that media about climate change actually shapes and informs what climate change itself is. I think people, when they consume or when they view media and when they view documentaries, there's sort of this question about like, is the documentary actually trying to do something about the problem that caused this, or is it just simply filming and recording the damage? If you're making a documentary about the natural disasters, I would make the documentary focus on, okay, well, what comes next? I don't think it's enough anymore to simply acknowledge that these things are happening. I think an extra step needs to be taken to address, okay, well, what can be done about it? I think the issue actually is the medium itself.
But of course, there is another road visible in the landscape, and from the high place, I see the rooster tails of dust thrown up as its travelers speed ahead, engines roaring, drunk. They drive fast and blind, not even seeing who they are about to run over, or the good green world they speed through. Bullies swagger along the road with a can of gasoline and a lit torch. I worry who will get to the crossroads first. Who will make the choices for us all? I recognize the melted road, the cinder path. I've seen it before.